but I think when you're the son of Rick Springfield or Michael Anthony or something, it's a little tough, to step into those shoes. And as soon as his band didn't get right out of the box, start making it, I think he got discouraged. And it's really too bad because he really has good talent at that. But I'm not, like I said, I don't care what my kids do. You can pick up garbage, whatever you do, just do a good job at it. You know what I mean?
Realize that I didn't realize for a long time that my kids looked up to me. I thought they thought I was a jerk. That they, what you do, like Sammy said, when you are successful, your kids, like my youngest son was trying to be an agent. He played drums for a while, and he said, "I thought I had to be in the same business as you." I said, "No, dude, I want you to be as happy as you can be and whatever you want to do." And so it's, I've realized later on how daunting I guess it is for a kid. And you certainly see someone like Paul McCartney's son. It's, that's tough stuff to live up to be a Paul McCartney's son. So, but it's so personal, it's you're their dad, and they automatically think, I didn't realize, but they automatically think you're great, and they gotta, it's quite a burden.
Yeah. Mike, you've got two daughters.
My oldest daughter growing up, she couldn't understand why, all her friends in school, they're all listening to NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. And then AC/DC comes on and she's singing the lyrics to the song. And they're all looking at her like, what? What in the world? What the hell?
When did she realize, well, both of your daughters, when did they realize that their dad was Michael Anthony / Van Halen?
My oldest daughter was born in '85, so it was like, by the time that my daughters were old enough to, understand what was going on, the Van Halen, it was kind of like Van Halen was kind of over but they would they would love to get videos out, old videos of ours, and all they do is they laugh at what I'm wearing, laugh at how I'm moving. They like the way I sing, though, but they...
Mike, we're all laughing at what that. Ourselves, too, don't get me wrong.
It was so funny because when my oldest daughter, Alicia, was born, Sammy's son, Andrew, is a year older than her, and it was the first year that Sammy came out on tour with us in '86. Andrew was a couple years old, and my daughter, Alicia, was just a year old. And at that point, we decided we had to divide the buses up. The Van Halens would be in one bus because it would all the windows would be all full of foil, so it would be dark and where they could rest, and it was cold and whatever. And our bus, first thing you open the door and there's the gate, there's the kid gate right there. And they got freaking all the cartoons and stuff playing, and it's Sammy and I are pulling our hair out because we just played till whatever time the night before. And the kids are going nuts, but
Toys R Bus. We used to call ourselves Toys R Bus. It was a happy bus. It was a happy bus, right? Magic bus. It was a magic bus.
There's a trend now, a couple of trends in music, and folks, classic guys like yourselves, where you're starting to part with things. Guitars. Mark Knopfler just sold off a bunch of his guitars. Elton John just sold off the belongings to another apartment of his. And catalogs. That's another thing. There's those things that I'm assuming you've all been approached to sell the catalogs, the publishing and stuff. Is that something you agree with? Do not agree with? What's your thoughts?
I mean, I wouldn't do it because, it's like, I don't know, that's your children. It's like selling your kids, for the songs you've written. And when I'm gone, it'll be, theirs. I just hand that to them, and that'll be their, money stream for them. But, Sammy was saying actually earlier, he said, you get a bunch of money and, what do you do with it? You spend it and then you have nothing left. So I wouldn't do it because it's too personal to me.
Sam?
For me, it depends on to me it's like doing a partnership. No, it's doing a partnership with someone. Otherwise, I wouldn't just sell it for money. But if you have, like, record companies back in the days when there were record companies and they helped us immensely with our record. You make a record nowadays, you might as well just give it away to people because, they don't sell records, they just stream it. It's all a different type of business. So to me, if someone was interested, which they are, in buying our catalog, Van Halen,
We've just been approached recently, Sam.
everyone's interested in it. But they have to be a partner. They have to say, well, so what are you going to do with it? Like, are you just going to buy it and then sell it to somebody else for more money or something? No. We're not doing anything like that. If you want to get in business with us and exploit our catalog and make sure our songs are still in commercials or in movies or getting played, just giving it exposure because it deserves exposure. That's all anybody wants is I want to be able to go out on stage, sing my songs. Somebody tell me, no, you can't sing your songs because we own them now. Well, fuck, that would never happen. So you have to be careful. I haven't done it. Mike and I haven't done it yet. And we're talking to people. People are talking to us. It really depends on what they want to do with your stuff. And if you still have control over what they do with it, not just, okay, here's yours, give me the money, I'm going to go put it in the bank because I don't need it, so I'll go put it in the bank, and then say, what the fuck?
And to make sure it's true, what they use it for.
It's difficult.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. And
I would hate to hear, jump, or not jump, but right now in a Burger King commercial or something.
Exactly. I think...
Right now!
I could use a burger right now.
But it's amazing. I mean, you see these things and you remember the songs from the commercials. I mean, Pete Townsend famously said, hey, it's given life to these Who songs.
Led Zeppelin's Rock and Roll in the Cadillac commercial was the coolest fucking thing that ever happened, okay? That was right to me. That was right. It wasn't just about money. That just felt right. So there's things that can be done right and wrong. So I would never lose control of my catalog, and I would never lose control of my music and my life and all that. So I usually don't sell things anyway. I create things. I own this stuff. I didn't sign my name on this to somebody else. I own this shit. I put the first nickel in. I spent every penny of my own money on everything I do. And that's the way I like to do things. I don't usually sell things. I have a car collection that I'm starting to sell off because I don't drive them anymore. Because you can't drive a 222 mile an hour car with 1,000 horsepower. Where I live anyway, it's sitting in the garage. I look at it and think somebody needs to own this fucking car. So I'm sell off things like that, but not my personal shit.
And I know it's hard to understand to people who maybe aren't musicians, but we got into it for fun. We got into it because we just wanted to play. And the money, although initially it's kind of, it's oh wow, it's kind of a wow thing, but it's the fun of playing that we got into it, and we're still, we're not doing this for the money. We're doing it because we still love to play.
Yeah.
And so
unfortunately, on one hand, when you do attain a certain amount of success, it's inevitable that it's going to turn into some kind of a business because there's money involved, this and that involved, and then all of a sudden, you got a lawyer, I got a lawyer, we got a chef, we got whatever on tour, but after Sammy had been on a Van Halen, when we reconnected again, we for me anyway, I found again why I got into this for the first time, and that was to have fun with my best buddy, make music and do what I love doing.
That's great. Yeah, we won't go down the rabbit hole of business, but quick note, Sam, did you sell the Cobra? Did the Cobra sell yet?
I don't even know.
I spoke to the dealer.
I'm on a ship.
I actually did call the dealer to find out because I did a story to get it out to the radio if anybody wants to buy it.
I think he's asking too much for it.
Yeah, it was like $279 or something.
Sammy, I gotta tell you, Sammy buys his car, and you had a Cobra before.
I had an original 65.
65. I mean, if anybody's ever driven a Cobra, or you talk to anybody who has owned one, you need at least a kidney belt to sit in one of those suckers.
You hit a bump, throw you out of the car.
You're gone. But Sammy brings the car over to by my house. He goes, yeah, look what I got, man, it's badass. Oh yeah, man, we're checking it out, whatever. And then and then so many months later, he goes, I gotta say.
If you can't, I love cars, but I have to have the cars that I can still enjoy. Some cars are just too much for me. At my age, like I said, driving a car that goes 225 miles an hour, it's like, my eyes aren't that good, my reflexes aren't that good, my heart ain't that good, man. It's like, 160, 170, I start going, damn.
Mike, let's put it this way. That Cobra is probably cheaper than it costs for the battery for the LaFerrari that
We won't even get into that
one. All right, last thing. I don't know if you know this, and I just want to say something about Mikey here. Back in 2017, he lost a grandchild, and since then, he and his family, every May, they get together and they participate in a walk for the Children's Hospital in Los Angeles. So I'm assuming you're going to do it again this year?
Yeah, it happens again this May.
Great.
We've been my grandson Rex was born with congenital heart disease, and my daughter didn't even get to hold him, and we whisked him off to a Children's Hospital in Los Angeles, where you hear about the hospital and whatever, but you don't realize just what they do until, unfortunately, like me, you're kind of in a situation where you're there, but the doctors and the nurses and everyone does, and you don't pay. It's all done, free for the children. And so that year that he passed away, they had their first CHLA Walk LA, they call it. And it's a great thing. It's just a great family thing, and we take donations in for the hospital, so we do that every year now.
Yeah, and I know that you must mention it, but it's a great cause. I've gotten behind it, and so keep an eye out for it. And it's the Rex and the Heartbeaters, right?
That's the Heartbeaters is our team.
All right. Rick Springfield is going to be on tour this year. He also does a show on Sirius XM called Working DJ. Keep an ear out for that. Sandy can help you. He's got a radio show. The Best of Both Worlds tour is going out. All worlds. And you've got a fine line of spirits here. Rick Springfield, Studio B tonight at 8 o'clock. Sammy Hagar in the Circle tomorrow on the deck stage at 5 o'clock.
And 5 o'clock somewhere.
And we'll be back here on Sunday at 12:30 with Billy Gibbons and Brett Michaels. Sammy Hagar, Michael Anthony, and Rick Springfield. Thank you.